All right, let's talk this boxing. What's good with everybody, man? Hope everything is hope you enjoying your weekend. Let me turn a little bit of this. I got this freaking light all crazy. What's good with y'all this fine morning, this fine Sunday morning? Watcher, what's good, man? Hey, I definitely got to talk to you, man. I don't think I forgot about you, man. I have not. I just wanted to make sure I have all my bases covered and stuff before I get with you. What's going on, Black Alpha? How you feeling this morning? Adrian Vet, what's going on? Adrian Vite, what's going on, man? I definitely understand I went through the graphic novel and everything, so I'm 100% up on Adrian Vite, and all that. I might have to try to remember. It was a few months ago. What's going on, Thrill Hill? Justin Hawkins in the building. What's going on, man? I hope all is well with you. Devin Blocker, what's good? Says salute salute the Don, Fannon, and the panel in the chat. Yeah, I think I'm solo today. This is Case. I don't know. Would you say Case Swella? This is just. I think it's just me today. I think I'm solo today. Because Drew Titan couldn't come, and I didn't give anybody else enough lead time. Other than I sent Curtis Anderson a link. So because he was supposed to be on last week, and I messed him up. I got 2 words. William Haney. He'll be on tomorrow. What's right? What's good? Bill Haney. Don't try to start no nonsense with Bill Haney today, man. Solo can work. Yeah, man. We about to roll it. This is just Fannon Live. We about to do it today. Yeah. My man Drew just texted me. I knew Drew was out with the family. He told me last week. So yeah, Drew just texted me. He said I'm out with the family. I remember he told me that last week. So let me text him real quick. Yes. I do remember. I didn't remember till like 5 minutes before the show. I was like, shit. I was like, oh, that's what I remember him telling me last week that he couldn't make it. Told me before the show. Edward Santiago, what's going on? Tay, the pretty Tay Brown. What is going on with you this morning? Doc Dre Day, what's good, man? I said Fannon. I said William. Fannon William, what's that? Justin Hawkins in that super chat, man. Something to start off the day, man. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you, because you know that is definitely appreciated, man. Here, where to go? Yes, sir. There you go. Like the $2.99, man. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you. And my man Devin Blocker said, "Can you hold it? You can hold it by yourself, Don. Let's cook." Oh yeah. You know how it goes. You know, we more than well equipped to do it by ourselves, man. Hey, if you can't, damn, why would you have a boxing channel if you can't do your own show? That shit would be pretty, pretty suspect. That would be pretty suspect. But let's get with it, man. Dude, I cannot stand Tyson Fury. I did a video this morning, and I'm seriously, dude, I did it, and I don't even know if I can put it up. Because I'm so disgusted by Tyson Fury. Just disgusted by this guy, man. Like, disgusted. This is just a disgusting human being to me, man. Like, he may not be to other people because you guys have, like, everybody has their own, like, your own value systems, and what you think is important to you may not be important to somebody else. You know what I mean? You may live in a household that's vegan. You know, you might live in a household that's vegan. Let me get these super chats real quick, though, man. My bad. Justin Hawkins, man, much love in that super chat. Devin Blocker said, yes, thank you so much, Devin Blocker. And then my man, Time to Annie Up says, salute for 9 and the chat. About to make some homemade blueberry pancakes. Damn, that shit sounds good. Hash browns, beef bacon, scrambled eggs with shallots. Wow. You just doing it up, man. My daughter made an incredible dinner, like an Indian, like buttered chicken last night that was great. And she baked two sweet potato pies. My daughter be cooking, man. Much love for that super chat, man. Thank you so much. Actually, let me get my gong, man. Let's make some excitement in this mug. Y'all deserve your gongs, man. Hold on 1 second. Biggie. All right, here we go. We ready to go now. Much love in that super chat. There you go. There's that gong. All right. Justin Hawkins, thank you so much. Devin Blocker, thank you so much. And my man, time to ante up. Thank you very, very much. Much love in that super chat to all of y'all. But yeah, man, that meal sounds incredible. Oh, that meal sounds incredible. Oh, I should turn that off. So back on to this dude, man. Oh, B&B Boxing said, daughter baked muffins for me last night. Ain't it great? Like, man, my daughter has been here, man. She has been cooking up a storm for me, dude, for like 6 months, dog. It's been like living in a restaurant. I love it. She goes back to college. She goes back to college in January, man. But I'm like, oh Lord, don't leave me. Like, she be making it right. Hey, man, my daughter cooks, man. She's like throwback cooks. You know what I mean? Like, not just cooks, likes to cook. Prides herself on it. Because I've been having her cook since she was a little girl because I like to cook. So I would always have her make her own stuff. So she's been in the kitchen for a long, long time, man. Man, it's lovely, dude. It's lovely. My wife cooks and she's become a much better cook over the years, but she doesn't have a love for cooking. She's cooking because everybody got to eat. My daughter cooks because she wants to make an expression of her emotions. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I'm feeling kind of overshadowed. You know, I feel cold, and I think Irish food today would be good. They have a cloudy environment, don't they? like that'd be like my daughter, man. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. Really good stuff, man. So anyway, back to Tyson Fury, dog. I'm disgusted by this guy, man. I'm disgusted. But everybody has their own value system, and I have my value system. And clearly my value system and his value system are not aligned. This dude to me is just a scumbag, man. Like, I don't personally have any respect for people that I catch cheating. I have no respect for people that I catch cheating because I think cheating, you're being a coward because you don't think that you can win by the rules. Like, cheating is a sign of a coward or somebody just lazy and shiftless, you know, like cheating for grades, you know. That's kind of like, you know, man, people be cheating in class. That's one thing kind of. But when you start having a deal with somebody and you're putting money on something, you know, and then you get out there and you cheat, dude, for me, there's just no coming back off of that, man. Like, it's just like your character is forever. I'm forever going to look at you fucking funny. Okay. Like, I could look at like a pimp and not give a shit. Cat got to earn money. Chicks got, hey, man, people earn money. People buy that. People sell that. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So I would never judge somebody for that, right? Any more than I would judge somebody for being like a Supreme Court justice. You know, like, dude, I'm not, or like, you know, I don't want to put people in jail. I don't want to make that decision. You know what I mean? You guys make that decision. But with Tyson Fury, for him to say, oh, let's knock it on the head and go fight somebody else, fight some bum, unless Deontay Wilder fights you right now, right? If Deontay Wilder wants, listen to this, not the truth or falseness of it, because half of these people don't know what the fuck is going on. So that's just what it is. I'm not going to believe that fight is happening in December till I see that shit formally announced. When it is formally announced, I will believe it is in December. Until then, I will believe that shit's going to be off some reasonable fucking time frame where they can make some fucking money. Okay? That's what I'm going to believe. Until they prove me otherwise. But see, Tyson Fury, though, this is why I'm saying he's such a fucking scumbag. This dude is a cheater. He breaks promises like it ain't shit. Like, you can't trust him, something he says now, 5 minutes from now. That's why he's just a fucking scumbag to me. Because he's not a man of his word. He has no honor whatsoever. That is no, you know how those, like, they used to have those, you know, you watch TV and they have those English duels and shit, and they'll be like, on my honor, we shall duel. And this motherfucker turned, like, and it's 1 pace, 2 pace, 3 pace, and this motherfucker turn around at the 6th pace and shoots. Motherfuckers be like, that is so dishonorable. That's dishonorable. You know what I mean? And you shame is how they would do somebody if they turn around 2 steps early and shot. But these dudes get in there with performance-enhancing drugs and they don't act like they did shit. Yeah, I'm older than y'all. I ain't used to everybody being on fucking steroids, okay? It still doesn't sit right with me. I know a lot of y'all grew up with everybody on steroids and it's just known. That's not me. Okay, when I was in high school, the people that were on steroids, people called them cheaters. And it was a shameful thing. When Ben Johnson got caught on steroids in 1992 or 1988, he was a shame. It was all over the world. It was like, this guy's such a cheater. Tyson Fury did exactly what he did. Do you get this? Canelo Alvarez did exactly what Ben Johnson did. That had the entire world looking at him like, you are a cheater, you are disgusting. We're going to take all of your endorsements away from you. They did that shit to Lance Armstrong. They took all his endorsements away for testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Tyson Fury tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs going into immediately after the Christian Hamer fight and before the Vladimir Klitschko fight, and they still let that scumbag fight. This dude got in a ring, this scumbag looking around all confused with a thumb disconnected from his fucking glove, looking like, oh, I don't know why my thumb's not in this. Man, dude, you'll come on. Then Deontay Wilder gives him every kind of fucking break you could give him. Every kind of break. 50-50. You fat fucker, you've been fucking expelled from boxing for 2 years. This dude gives you 50-50 and you cheat him. He gave him 50-50 and he cheated him. And I don't give a shit what any of y'all say that y'all don't think that was knuckles in his gloves. Fuck you. If you don't think that shit was a nut, man, that shit was a fucking knuckle. Stop lying. Please. How many times when there's smoke, there's fire, right? Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a bunch of smoke around his ass. It don't even matter. You don't even have to go to Glovegate 1 or 2, and I didn't. I didn't go to Glovegate 1 or 2. I just talked about all the cheating he did beforehand that should have everybody in the world know that this dude is a scumbag. He got into a boxing ring under the influence of performance-enhancing drugs. He got into the same fight, not only on performance-enhancing drugs, but with his thumb detached. And Eddie Cotton, after the fight with Steve Cunningham, when he cheated Steve Cunningham to win, he came to the United States and cheated Steve Cunningham to win. When Steve Cunningham knocked him down, he got him up against the ropes, he pinned his head down, and released his hand while punching, which is cheating. It's dirty as shit. And the ref of the fight said that he had never, in all his career, Eddie Cotton, who's a Hall of Fame referee, rest in peace, said he had never seen a fighter as dirty as Tyson Fury. Never. That's what Emmanuel Stewart meant when he was saying that Tyson Fury is really, really tough. That's what he means. He will fucking do anything to beat you up. He's a cheater. It's a nice way to say this dude's a cheater. Dirty as shit. So, but anyway, Deontay Wilder gives him 50-50 and gives him a rematch clause. How much can you give a guy? Then what does he do the first time? He turns around and doesn't take the fight. Deontay Wilder got a draw. He didn't take the fight originally. He cut out of the deal that they had the first time. He broke their deal the first time. And now he's talking about he wants to break the deal a second time. He's a fucking scumbag. And I don't care whether he can win the fight or not. You do people like that do well for you and you treat them like that, you are a scumbag. And you cheated to boot. And I believe he cheated I believe both of those Glovegate things because it's right in my eyes. And so do a lot of people. So for this dude to be walking around like, I'm going to, let's knock it on the head. Let's not make the fight. Let's knock it on the head. Let's knock it on the head. You fucking crazy. You got a fucking rematch clause, dude. What do you mean knock it on the head? If Deontay Wilder had beaten you, you'd be asking for your fucking rematch, and you wouldn't be like, let's knock it on the head. That's a fucking scumbag who does not keep his word and cheats like there's no tomorrow. And he works with Top Rank, who also got Bob Arum, who lies and cheats like there ain't no tomorrow. Bribing IBF officials, lying like, dude, this motherfucker lie like, dude, he lie like he fart, dog. Like, easy shit. It stinks. It's right out there. Talk about he don't believe in rematch clauses. That's why he's not giving Teofimo Lopez a rematch clause or Vasily Lomachenko a rematch clause. What? Why not? Now, I'm not saying that he had to, but the fact that he said that he doesn't believe it, what do you mean you don't believe in it? You have fighters that have had a bunch of rematch clauses in their contract. Manny Pacquiao had rematch clauses in his contract. How in the world? I mean, dude. So that's all I care about with this Deontay Wilder thing. Because, again, you're going to have to make me believe. You're going to have to sign the deal and show me that shit is for December. When they announce it's for December is when I believe it's December. When Tyson Fury, but let's just imagine for a second. Let's stay on Tyson Fury for a second. Good morning, everybody. Let's stay on Tyson Fury for a second. Imagine Tyson Fury says, I'm going to fight somebody else. Who do you think he's going to fight? Who is there for him to fight? Nobody. Anthony Joshua, the fight that they say they want to make, cannot happen next because he has a fight with Kubrat Pulev. How are you going to do that? He has a fight with Kubrat Pulev. You think, and Bob Arum already said, Bob Arum said, no, there's no Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, because I'm not letting these dudes out this fucking Kubrat Pulev fight. Fucking kidding me? I got Kubrat Pulev. I'm going to take 2 shots at Anthony Joshua. I'm taking this Pulev shit, and Kubrat Pulev is not with Frank Warren. Kubrat Pulev, for all intents and purposes, is with Top Rank. And Bob Arum be stupid to trust fucking Tyson Fury with anything. Bob Arum ain't stupid. Bob Arum ain't trusting Tyson Fury as far as he can throw fucking Tyson Fury. Because you see what Tyson Fury does, dog. Tyson Fury is a sneak and of low character. Like, I don't know. He is of Margarito character. That's the character we're talking about with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has the character of Antonio Margarito. Cheaters. Dude, y'all let these dudes slide on these PEDs way too easy. You guys are so indoctrinated and so used to people cheating with performance-enhancing drugs that you don't even think it's really cheating. Unless it's Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Then it's, oh my God. He needs to be out of boxing forever. He should never come back. What? You act like you don't know Tyson Fury Pop Dirty, but you want Jarrell Big Baby Miller gone for life. You are liars, man. You are liars, and every one of y'all are liars. Not just kind of liars. All of y'all are liars. Fuck out of here, man. That shit is ridiculous, dog. You're going to try to pull out. Good luck. And if Shelly Finkel try to convince Deontay Wilder, dog, Deontay Wilder, if I was Deontay Wilder, I'd be like, fuck it, go. This fuck Tyson Fury and all this playing chicken shit. Play chicken with his ass. Okay, Tyson, you think you're going to go ahead and knock it on the head? And because you're going to have what? Shelly Finkel come and get in my ear and say, oh, take the fight now. Take the fight now. Nah, fuck that. I'm not rushing shit. Let that motherfucker act like I'm going to sue his ass. He ain't getting no fight early because I'm going to say, because we on right to court, put a motherfucking injunction on his ass, put a motherfucking go to Mexico, put a fucking injunction on the WBC, and y'all ain't fucking doing nothing for the next 6 months because we're gonna fucking go through this shit in the middle of a motherfucking pandemic. Fuck out of here, man. And it's gonna cost you money. Fuck out of here. We fighting in fucking February. I double dare you to fucking go try to fight somebody. You ain't fighting before February anyway, because I'll put you in fucking court till February. Fucking kidding me? I'll file every fucking motion. Motion for farting. Motion. Change of jurisdiction. I'm challenging jurisdiction. I'm challenging the spelling of my fucking name. I'm doing all that shit, driving your fucking bills up and pushing that shit till you ain't gonna have no, and I'm suing everybody. And I'm not just Tyson Fury. I mean Top Rank. I mean the WBC. I mean Queensberry or whatever the fuck they are. And you personally are all gonna be fucking be in court trying to get off this shit, because you're not going to force me into taking a financially unreal. You're not going to force me into fighting right now in the middle of a pandemic when it could be a violation of my health because there's a fucking virus going on. It's a pandemic. You can't force me out my fucking house. You can't force me to fight in that situation. You can't tell me I'm in violation of my contract unless I go out in the middle of a pandemic and fight you. You come over to the U.S. and I go into a get the fuck out of here. Wait 4 months till this shit gets cleared out for a fight. And you want me to do it for half the money? No, I'm not doing it. That's a $40 million fight. You just got paid $40 million, and this is part of the contract. And those judges will know that you got paid a shitload of fucking money to sign that. You got $40 million to sign that piece of fucking paper, and you're going to live up to your motherfucking responsibilities under that fucking contract. You can't get somebody to give you an opportunity worth $40 million, and then you at the middle of the pandemic want to get an attitude. Man, get the fuck out of here. Nigga, I wish I was sitting up with $40 million with you talking that dumb shit. I would sue your ass for anticipatory breach of contract. Anticipatory breach of contract. This motherfucker over there acting like he ain't taking the fight. That's anticipatory breach of contract. I did not say what I was going to do. I didn't say what I was not going to do, because you have not heard Deontay Wilder say a word. So please keep talking like you're going to drop out this fight so Deontay Wilder can take your ass to court for anticipatory breach of contract and get $20 million off the gate from your ass. Fuck up out of here, dog. What do you think Canelo is suing DAZN for right now? And not actual breach of contract, anticipatory breach of contract, because DAZN told them that they were not going to pay that money. And so based on that statement, it was reasonable for them to anticipate a breach of contract. Well, guess what, Tyson Fury? You running around saying knocking on the head is anticipatory breach of contract, and I will sue your monkey ass right now. Shut your ass up in the fucking press, because I didn't say I wasn't fighting on December 15th. You ain't heard a word from me. But now you're saying you're pulling out the fight? Anticipatory breach of contract. And a declaratory judgment, just like Canelo did on DAZN. Dumbass. Shut your fucking mouth up talking all that dumb shit. Shut your ass up talking all that dumb shit. Just like you talking all that dumb shit, got that dude Kinahan completely damn near out of boxing, above board, because you bumping your fucking lips. Take that fucking powder off the fucking table and shut up. Fucking scumbag. I wish that motherfucker would. I ain't delusional. Anticipatory breach of contract, dumbass. Deontay Wilder has not breached his contract. He has not. It is October 11th. December is 2 months away. Deontay Wilder has not said a word about not taking that fight. Tyson Fury, who has a rematch clause, which is a contractual obligation, said, knock it on the head. I want to fight somebody else. If Deontay Wilder reasonably believes that that means that Tyson Fury will fight somebody else and breach the contract, that knock it on the head means breach of contract, then Deontay Wilder has a cause of action for anticipatory breach of contract against Tyson Fury against Queensberry, against Top Rank more than likely, and more than enough reason to put a fucking injunction on the WBC and prevent them from fucking having a title fight. The fuck out of my face. That's exactly what happened with Canelo Alvarez and DAZN. We've been talking about it for a week. You dumbasses don't pay attention. You think I'm making it up? Go read the fucking case and tell me what the actual cause of action was between Canelo Alvarez and DAZN and Golden Boy. It was not breach of contract. It was anticipatory breach of contract. Because DAZN said that they wanted to pay him less money and they were not making fights. So they said, that's enough for me to believe that you're about to violate my contract. And guess what? You do not have to sit there and just twiddle your thumbs when somebody is breaching a contract or acting like they're breaching a contract. You can go right to it and say anticipatory breach of contract, and that goes to damages. Dumbasses, because y'all want to know, like, y'all, I know everything. No, the fuck you don't. Because anticipatory breach of contract allows you to mitigate your damages. It allows you to say, hold on, I know he hasn't actually done it yet, but damn it, he's packing his building. You've got a house. They've taken all of their fucking furniture out of the fucking place. They have not, they're 15 days late. They're 2 days late. The man told me he's not paying. No, he is not paid yet, but still, it's anticipatory breach of contract. I need a declaratory judgment. And I'm not a litigator. I'm just telling you, that's what's happening with Canelo right now. So you dumbasses who want to run around talking about Bob, Deontay Wilder got to do. That's why Shelly Finkel was like, man, please, that shit's bullshit. Man, bullshit. And you would know it was bullshit off the cuff if you knew what you were talking about. But a bunch of y'all want to go follow around with Tyson Fury, running his mouth in the press. Frank Warren looked like this motherfucker wanted to puke saying it. Frank Warren was like, Tyson Fury said, knocking on the head. Like, man, dude, you're trying to pressure Deontay Wilder to do something. That's what that is. They're in the press trying to pressure Deontay Wilder into doing something by playing a game of chicken with him. Dude, I will cut your fucking head off playing chicken with me. Fuck out of here, dude. Go right to court on this dude. Right to court when he says it. Right to court. I need to know what he is doing right now. Because I never said I wasn't going to fight. Now he's talking about fighting some other guy. He's out in the press. No. I believe that he is going to breach this contract. As a result, I need injunctive relief immediately. And I need injunctions issued against Tyson Fury personally. I mean, no, not Tyson Fury. Whatever it is, they'll know. Trust me. They'll know exactly who to put that shit on to keep motherfuckers from moving. Fuck out of here, man. Wish a motherfucker would, dog. I just got done slapping the shit out of somebody over this shit, over something just like this. Been telling motherfuckers forever. No, you ain't got to get paid off this, dog. I'd have told you months ago that this contract was over. And your ass is over here trying to run shit up, dog. No. And no, you can't keep running shit up. Tyson Fury saying that shit just shows Tyson Fury is ignorant. That just shows Tyson Fury is ignorant. And I could see on Frank Warren's face when he said it, I was like, dude, because he looked like, man, dude, he got them big ass eyes, like watery shit. Looked like he about to cry all the fucking time. I thought his ass literally was going to fucking cry that time. Oh, he said Wilder, Sports Talk Twitter saying Wilder fight. Bob Arum on Sports Talk Twitter saying Wilder fight is off. We'll see. Shit, we'll see. We'll see if it's off. If it's off, that's cool. They coming up off some money. Fuck out of here, man. Them motherfuckers is posing. Is what they doing. Bob Arum say a lot of shit. Bob Arum says a lot of shit. But I wouldn't put it past Bob Arum trying to do it. But let's just assume for a second that he does do it. Man, clean up your room? Yeah, you're right. I should clean up my room. You're right. Get your ass the fuck out of my room, bitch. One less asshole in my room. Fuck, I don't work for y'all. Oh, this offends you? Do you feel better now? Or does the sight of Muhammad Ali books and an air purifier and some dumbbells throw you off? Man, I'm at home, man. We talking Sunday morning at home. This is my house, man. This ain't no studio. This is real life. This ain't Memorex, okay? I'm old, dog. I said this is Memorex, homie. Corey McGowan said, morning for motherfucking 9. I like that, dog. And I love how black people know how to put motherfucking 9 in the middle of shit. Yeah, dog. But seriously, man, I hate Tyson Fury. It's even that. It's that. They're just trying to put pressure on Deontay Wilder to do something that he doesn't want to do by going to the press. If the fight was off, why is Tyson? I mean, dude, like I said, Bob Arum is a guy that just the other day said he doesn't believe in rematch clauses. When Manny Pacquiao had a rematch clause against Jeff Horn. And Oscar De La Hoya probably never fought at Golden Boy without a rematch clause. You know what I'm saying? You think Oscar De La Hoya was running around fighting with Bob Arum without any rematch clauses? He got rehydration clauses, but he ain't got rematch clauses. Manny Pacquiao been had rematch clauses, man, but you don't believe in it, right? Man, shut up, Bob. Fuck out of here, old ass dude. I mean, now at this point, you just old ass full of shit because you just keep running your shit. The only thing that worries me is that Shelly Finkel gets in Deontay Wilder's ear and makes him try to believe that shit. Oh, well, it's a risky thing. We might as well just go ahead and give in to what they want. Fuck out of here. They just cheated you. They just cheated the shit out of you. Don't do shit. Make them motherfuckers go to court. Fuck that. Go to court. You got money. Go to court. Don't make them try to make you take a fight for half the money. It's a $40 million fight if you wait till March. But they want to devalue the fight into December to save Top Rank's broke ass? Fuck out of here. Nigga, we gonna put your ass, you're gonna go to court. Just like, you know what? Just like, you know who else pimp slapped shit out of Bob Arum in court? Al Heyman. Slapped the shit out of him in the mouth in court over that stupid fucking lawsuit he put out there, man. Where he sued Al Heyman for violations of the Ali Act and the Sherman Act. It's like, man, shut up. But Bob got out of that, dropped that shit quick. Bob Arum uses litigation as an intimidation tactic. As much or more so as actually trying to solve a grievance. Because he got $300 million. But dog, you got a case. Go sit down with a fucking independent attorney, a expensive one. You know what I'm saying? An expensive entertainment one in California or somewhere and get his ass. Get the fuck out of here, man. They had some negotiations ploy at best. Who else does Tyson Fury have to fight? Who are you gonna put him on there with, Bob? Fuck out of my face. You're not gonna put him out there with Pulev. Sue the fuck out them dudes and tell them to shut up. Anticipatory breach of contract. We'll see you in court. But more than likely, Shelly Finkel and them dudes who make a bunch of money off other fighters with these guys are probably going to try to push Deontay Wilder into saying, let's just cave in and give a cheater what they want to make it easy. Let's make it easy. No, man, fuck easy. Fuck easy. Let's go expensive and dragged out. You know what I'm saying? Let me have $40 million. Shit, I didn't have that shit last month. Shit, let me have 10. Let me have 10. Fuck it. I don't need 40. Let me get 10. Let me have 10. I promise you, they will fucking give in. Because Bob don't want to spend $10 million on that. No, he don't. No, he don't. And it's worth it for you because they're going to try to give you what, a $10 million, a $5 million fight off some shit that could pay you twice as much. And they're in the press. Man, fuck out of here, man. More than likely, they're just selling that shit to the UK dudes so they got a fucking reason to talk about Tyson Fury because don't nobody even care about Tyson Fury. Who's he going to fight? Anthony Joshua's got Pulev. And if he does fight Anthony Joshua, so what? Let him fight Anthony Joshua. Let him fight him. Because guess what? That means you will get a shot after when the pandemic is over for fucking sure. Let that motherfucker fight Anthony Joshua and get bust upside the fucking head. Give a shit. Fuck it. You're going to get a shot, dog. You're Deontay Wilder. You're going to get a shot. You are a big name. That's period. They can't unmake you big. They can't ungrow you. You are who you are. You do not have to rush and do shit these people try to make you do. You do not have to. Because to fight Tyson Fury's cheating ass in the middle of a pandemic for 1/5 the fucking price, fuck out of here, dog. You triggers motherfuckers trying to get over on me. And on top of that, fuck out of here. Where are they going to try to get you to fight? Oh, well, we need a gate, so let's go to the middle of nowhere in Saudi Arabia. Fuck out of here, man. But like I said, that's why I was disgusted by Tyson Fury. I'm disgusted by the guy because he won't keep his word. You won't keep your word. You cheat and you don't keep your word. I thought we were supposed to be eating together. Nah, I'm like, nah. I ate, you ate, we good. I'm out. Fuck you. I'm Tyson Fury. So who watches somebody's room? Yeah, like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Clean up your room? You must be a bitch. You sound like my wife. Okay? And my wife don't even say that. Okay? My wife would look around his room like, and keep on going. Clean the common areas. Anyway, let me get on this other stuff, dog. Bob would be different 30 years younger, man. Look. He's bullying. That's all that is, dude, man. Fuck them. And the attorneys, I would look at the attorneys and just wink. You about to get paid, man. Just tell them. Tell the attorneys to their face. Hey, man, you're about to get some money here. Because I'm taking this shit all the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking this shit all the way. You kidding me? Because once I get it, you're paying my legal fees. Once we stop this shit, you're paying my legal fees. So it don't make a difference because it's going to cost. When I'm saying I think I can win and get my attorney's fees. So not only are you paying your attorney's fees, you're going to pay my attorney's fees and the injunction. You know what I'm saying? But again, seek competent counsel. I am not a litigator. I'm just fucking eyeballing this shit from a long way away. And to me, I read Lennox Lewis's court case against Asim Rahman. And this is stronger than that. This is stronger than that. It is. And if they say the time, but the time's expiring. Pandemic significantly changed the financial aspects of the fight. And had we foreseen, is there anything in here about what happens if there's a pandemic? No. So what do you think people intended? Do you think people intended to take the rematch at 1/5 the price? Do you think that if it's not addressed if it's not specifically addressed in the contract, then the judge got to guess what the parties' intents were based on anecdotal evidence, right? So they're like, well, the reason to enter into this contract is that you expected to have you expected to get a certain amount of money, right? You didn't intend to take this and this not be a fight that you can make a significant amount of money in, right? But plus Deontay Wilder's health concerns. Man, I'm scared to death of Corona. I can die. I have small children. We are going to make you're trying to make me make a fight in the middle of Corona? No, we didn't foresee that we would make this fight before this date under any circumstances. Boxing got held up for 6 months where there were no fights at all. So you should at least push that date back 6 months. That's the only reasonable way to look at it. That's my argument. I'd be like, no, boxing, that we assumed when that contract, when we put that date, that boxing, that these dates would all be available, that we would all have the same amount of recovery time. We would have, but networks would get backed up. No. And we would have, all the stuff available to us. We had all of these assumptions when we said that date. But due to catastrophic circumstances that have affected everyone all over the world, those circumstances changed. And we have just now in September gotten to the point where we can even have pay-per-views at all, let alone one of the level of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. So what we want to do is we want to say that that date should start from the pay-per-view date, because boxing is now back. So now that boxing is back, now we can, if it was a 1 year, it's 1 year from this date, not 1 year from the fight. Because we weren't allowed to do any business. We weren't allowed to train. We weren't allowed to do anything, sell the fight, do any of that type of stuff for 6 months. No, this shit shouldn't expire for another 6 months. And that would have been our intention had we looked at this particular circumstance and negotiated. But because it was unforeseen to both parties, the court has to assume what the intent would be. And you have a great argument to make, an argument that you intended. You didn't intend to say no matter what. And maybe there is a force majeure contract in there or not. Or it could be implied. The judge could say it's implied. Man, come on, dude. We know you don't necessarily have to have it there. It's good that force majeure is in the contract, but we know, hey man, what if this was an atomic bomb dropped in the middle of the United States? And it took 6 months to clear it up. Do you think we got to act like the atomic bomb didn't happen? That something other than something, when something happens that neither party could have contemplated, that's irrelevant? Man, get out of here. Man, please. I don't think Bob Arum got a fucking chance and shit to get out of that. But I don't know, because like I said, I'm not barred in New York, or I don't even know where it would be held. But I'm just saying that shit to me seems like bullying from Bob Arum. And if Shelly Finkel's out there talking about, oh no, the fight will be in December, then that means Shelly Finkel's probably trying to say that to Deontay Wilder too. Which means Deontay Wilder and Shelly Finkel and Bob Arum are in hand with that shit. That seems like Shelly Finkel, Bob Arum, both trying to fight to make that fight happen December 19th, because Shelly Finkel ain't made no money this year either. Fuck out of here, Shelly. You ain't made no money this year. You might have elaborate spending habits for all the fuck I know. Nah. See, I negotiate for a living. So that's what I would be like. I'd be like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, I ain't giving them niggas shit. I'm not giving you shit. I'm not giving you shit that you asked me for because you're a cheater. Let's get back to the beginning of it. I'm not giving you anything because you're a cheater and you're a liar and I can't trust you, man. I can't trust you. You fucking sold me out the first time for the fight. Now you're trying to sell me out again and act like the pandemic didn't happen. I got surgery on my fucking bicep. You know I got surgery on my bicep. You know that. And it's in the middle of a pandemic. But you trying to push the fight up with your cheating ass. We'll see your ass in court, homie. And I'll see you when the fuck I'm ready. And if you do so happen to fucking win, okay, fuck it. I'll see you after you get more damaged. Man, dude, this shit is just, or whatever he decides to do. That's my outside looking in perspective, dog. No, dude, Bob Arum is playing games, man. And Shelly Finkel playing fucking games. What the fuck you talking about, Shelly? How you going to tell this dude, because I know, for example, I know Deontay Wilder wants that fight, does not want that fight in December for whatever reason. He wants it in February in 2021. That's his preferred date for that. Could that have something to do with the fact that he's got little kids and babies in his house and he wants to give it a little more time to see if a corona vaccine or some shit like that can happen? Or he can make more money, whatever the justification is. But they trying to rush him to make less money, to make cheating ass powder fiend fucking Tyson Fury happy? I wouldn't do it, dog. They say he's bipolar. You can't trust anything out of his mouth. You can't. But guess what? That is exactly why you have agreements. That's exactly why you have agreements. And that's exactly why you have a lot of money. That's why it's good to have a lot of money. You might be, dude, you don't know what you can get out of that, dog. That's a gamble I would take. I throw the cat because he's playing poker, man. Oh, hell no. I think you bluffing, homie. You bluffing. That's a terrible bluff at that, Bob. It's a terrible bluff. Now, if Deontay got some shit in his hand, I don't know what he got in his hand, maybe not. From what I'm looking on the outside, dog, this motherfucker acting like he got a fucking straight flush, dog. He got a fucking pair of threes. Fuck, what are you talking about, dog? You ain't got, dog. No. You got a pair of you got a pair at most over there. You got a pick, yeah, exactly. No, I'll just call too. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just call. I know you got a pair of threes. And I got a straight. You know, I know you got a pair. You may have a high pair, but I got a straight. So you put a big bet down. I'm not even gonna go out. I'm gonna call. Or you don't bet, I'm gonna check. Your ass play the motherfucking cards, you're gonna be sick because you're losing it. Get out of here, man. And they're gonna stop on the threat of that shit, by the way. They wouldn't do that shit on the threat. They're not gonna let that shit get carried away. As soon as you fucking find counsel and you guys starting to have meetings and all that shit, dog, they're gonna back up off that shit and make that fight when it makes sense monetarily to make that fight. But see, Floyd, they think they can rush you. They can rush Deontay Wilder and have him fight in a pandemic, right? When he's coming, when he had bicep surgery or whatever. But they're gonna make that fight real quick, cheat him, and then they can make their big money over there with Anthony Joshua, because that'll give him a year. That'll give him 6 months, 7 months later, after Anthony Joshua's already fought and the pandemic is lightened up and they can get crowds. Then they can make their money there, right? But they rush you quick. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck them. No, I'm taking. And plus, I would do it just because I know they don't want to do that, and it makes them uncomfortable. If you're uncomfortable with how it's going, that makes me feel more uncomfortable. Makes me feel more comfortable. Because now I know I'm somewhere around what your issue is. And that ain't got nothing to do with Tyson Fury going crazy. Man, Tyson Fury ain't crazy. Tyson Fury just a lowlife. KQKC Boxing Network says, salute to you, my brother. Keep up the grind, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. You keep up that grind as well, man. Much love in that super chat, man. Mr. J Dub 20 Texas said, good morning, my brothers. Good morning to you, sir. Man, I was running. Let me get into this chat a little bit more, but I wanted, I had a lot to say about him, man, because I was very, very frustrated with Tyson Fury. Some people are just lowlifes, man. Just lowlifes, man, and dishonest to the core. Fannon, Wilder is going to beat Fury bad when they square off, but I heard that Wilder had bicep surgery and is not 100% healthy and will box him in December. Well, we'll see if that happens. If he's not 100%, he don't need to take the fight. If he's not 100%, he need to stop and not take that fight. And fuck with these, I wouldn't do it. But who knows? I don't know what his agreements are. I don't know what he's actually, like I said, I don't know what his cards are. I'm just looking at it and assuming that the cards are that he has enough money and that, his, whatever, that his team, whatever, all the stuff necessary for him to be able to dictate that fight happen when he wants it to happen. But Deontay Wilder, to me, seems like the type of guy that will immediately say fuck it and agree so he can fight. That seems to be his disposition. And since that's his disposition, that's what they're going to take advantage of. Because that's what cheats and scumbags like that do. They take advantage of your tendencies. And his tendency is to give people shots, to be fair, you know what I mean? To be hard, all of that. So they predict that and they put him in a bad situation and make him get bravado. That's why they got that saying, dog, walk down the, don't run down the hill, fuck the cow. Walk down the hill, fuck them all. I would just hold up because there seems like there's pressure around making the fight. Like they're really anxious about it. If they're really anxious about it, dude, no, man, I would be like, no, or give me something in exchange. Otherwise, no, man. I'm sorry. I don't think that the time on this, I'd rather go to court. I'd take my chances. Just like a lot of people that were going to go to prison and their own attorneys were like, well, you should take this. No, take this plea deal. Take the plea. And the guy's like, nah, I don't think I'm going to take this plea. And they go to court and they get off because they didn't listen to their lawyer. The lawyer will be like, dude, there's risk judgments there too. Like risk reward. Well, how much is this going to cost you in court versus how, this is how much will you make it? So is it really worth your time? And dude, Bob Arum will put that pressure on you like that. Like, is it going to really be worth it for him to stand up for his rights? Dude, it's always worth it for you to stand up for your right. If they cannot force you to fight before they do not want you to. If they can, make them force you. Make them force you. But don't give them anything free because they're liars and they're cheats and they're in cahoots because Shelly Finkel was fucking Vladimir Klitschko's manager. He's going to be some other heavyweight guy's manager. When you're gone, Shelly Finkel will still be. I was in Memphis, Tennessee after the Roy Jones Jr. Versus Glennoff Johnson fight, whatever fuck year that was. Well before I heard of Deontay Wilder, there was Shelly Finkel. And I asked Shelly Finkel, how much you looking for the Mike Tyson's fight against somebody? Around 10 million? He was like, you're very good. Right about there. I was like, yeah, it's 10 million because that's what you asked for the last time. I know what you did because that's what you did last time. But okay, cool. That was my thought. I was respectful. But the reason that I bring that up is, dog, he was there back in 2006, dog. It's 2020, dude. I don't even know if you were in the pros. Every fighter that he had during that period of time, he is no longer representing. Right now, every fighter that he has currently right now, in 5 years, 10 years, he will not be representing. He's looking for his next clients. And his relationships with those clients are based on his ability to get fights with guys like Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn. Fuck out of here, manager. Remember all that shit with Vladimir Klitschko where he's like, Deontay Wilder's not ready. That was Shelly Finkel saying that shit. Deontay Wilder didn't think he wasn't ready. Deontay Wilder wanted, my understanding is Deontay Wilder wanted to fight Klitschko. But Shelly Finkel was like, no, it's too early because he wasn't his cash cow. You don't think Shelly Finkel got another fucking cash cow in his eyes that he's about to be managing and he values those relationships more? That's why you got to be careful about your managers. You got to be careful about all that shit. But that's okay. That's just the nature of his job. But you understand that's the nature of his job, so you still have to make your own decision. And sometimes you're going to have to push him. Like, no, I'm not doing it, dog. No. Al Heyman, same thing. No, sorry, I'm not doing it. No. Well, you're not going to get the fight. Well, I'll see you in court. But you say that after you talk to a bunch of attorneys and you had them look at all your shit by themselves. Not with Shelly in the room, not with Al in the room, not with anybody in the room. You and some Alabama attorney that ain't got no skin in the game at all, don't care. Go through that shit and go through what he thinks from the outside looking in. Because people in boxing will want to tell you, oh, well, this is a boxing contract. This is, dog. It's not how that works, homie. A lot of times, if you get them garbage ass contracts to court, them shits are gonna fall apart. Them shits will fall apart. You just got to have the money to hire the attorneys to make the arguments in the initial meetings where both sides understand that you're serious and how strong your case is. And then they will go advise their people that, look, man, he's not going to do this. You know what I'm saying? And if I was him, I probably wouldn't be doing this. And you make him fold. That's what Don King did, man. Don King, I guarantee you, kept stacks of lawyers. Stacks of lawyers. Kept people in court. Bob Arum ain't a better guess. And here's the thing. Who you think had more onerous contracts, shit popping off, Don King or Bob Arum? Don King. And Don King ain't a lawyer. Don King just hired the shit out of him. And go get you one of them dudes over there, a good solid one, for about $400 an hour, dog, to do the initial fucking evaluation of that shit. And then see what your position is. And then talk to Shelly Finkel. Then talk to Al Heyman. But not before. You should have everybody with that much money should have their own personal attorney, or at least access to that, even to when you're dealing with your business partners. So that's a misnomer. You also need representation when you're dealing with people on your own team, because we're all separate businesses. Shelly Finkel's his own business, and he is going to do what's in the best interest of his business. You just hope that what's in the best of interest for his business is in your best interest, because of what's in the best interest of his business is not in your best interest. You then have a conflict of interest. And then you have problems, which is why you always need that third party who has no conflict of interest. They're with you and they are with you alone. And they are very difficult to deal with. People get pissed off at me because they're like, nah, blah, blah. I'm difficult to deal with. You are not getting shit. I mean, sometimes you could, I guess, if I don't care. But if I question everything, that's why you have critical thinking. The first part of critical thinking is critical. You know what I'm saying? Not agreeing reasoning, critical reasoning. You're looking at that shit and trying to tear it apart. And if you can tear it apart, it's not supposed to be there. Give me some shit I can't tear apart. Something that I can't critique. That's not hater. That's smart. And Deontay should do that with everybody. Errol should do that with everybody. When I asked Gary Russell Jr., do you have an attorney? He's like, yeah, I got to work with people. I didn't know, the answer wasn't that convincing, quite honestly. I mean, it was like, yeah, I got. Did you? Or did you send that right to Al? Did you or did you send that right to Al? No. You send that to a lawyer. And you have that lawyer tell you what it means. Till you understand it. And then you talk to Al. Then you talk to Shelly. Because then you know what you're talking about. Then you can represent yourself. Before I talk to an accountant, I talk to another accountant. And get the accountant to get me where I need to be so I can talk to another accountant. And then if another accountant tells me some shit that don't jive with my understanding of that accountant, then I go back to that accountant. But once I get cleared, that shit got to agree. That's why you double check your shit. Mr. Already said, what it do for 9? Keep doing your thizzle. Love the content. Thank you, man. I'm having a good time this morning. Thank you. Thank you. And much love in that super chat. No potential lunatic. That fight is not canceled. The question is because the fight isn't scheduled. So you can't, technically speaking, you cannot cancel a fight that has not been scheduled. Oh, it has been. Was it scheduled for 2019 or was it tentatively scheduled for that? They can move the date, but no, I don't think it's canceled. I think this is a bunch of news. Keep Tyson Fury's name in the paper, number one. And I think that they're trying to, from the outside looking in, far outside looking in, I just think they're trying to intimidate Deontay Wilder into giving into something. Because that's what dishonorable people do. They always find something to make an argument about, so you give in anything. And they don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? They just start shit all the time so that they can see what they can get. Right? Well, I think you're mistreating me and I think I deserve a raise. You just got a fucking raise last week. You got a raise me. I got a raise 6 months ago. But no, I really just think that, well, okay, here's another one. All right, here's another $1 an hour. Will that make you happy? Well, I guess. And then they walk out, I got another $1. Because they walk in there, it's a win-win for them because they know they ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? That's what a bluff is. It's a win-win. It's like when somebody checks in poker, and you just, there ain't no bet on the table? No more bets. My hand is shit. Check. Keep it moving. Right? It's a win-win for you because it doesn't make a difference. You're not putting in the bet anymore, and other people might drop out and your hand could increase. Right? Same thing goes here. He's playing a hand like that, telling Deontay, I'm going to pull out the fight. Deontay Wilder's minding his fucking business somewhere. Every 5 minutes, Tyson Fury tapping him on the shoulder about some shit. Hey, bro. Hey, man. Hey, mate. Hey, mate. Hey, matey. Hey, mate. Every other day. Wilder's this. Wilder's better than Jack. He says Wilder's name every other day. Every other day. Trying to connect. Oh, Tony Bellew. Big news. Tony Bellew. Tyson Fury is wrong. Deontay Wilder is not better than Anthony Joshua. That type of headline shit that keeps Tyson Fury's ass in the press. And here everybody's talking about it. Again, because they are full of shit. But what I'm saying is, dog, you can stop people from doing that because that seems to me to be an anticipatory breach of contract. And let's start adjudicating it right now. No time to waste. Provided you have a conversation with them first and you make sure that that's exactly what they're going to do. But you're not talking to them. You're sending Shelly Finkel over there to talk to somebody whose best interest it is to have a good working relationship with Bob Arum. But that's the business in the boxing, man. Felix Nunes said, always appreciate your pragmatic approach, Fannon. Thank you, man. I try. It's not easy to be pragmatic all the time when you are a built-in jerk 95. when you're critical all the time. Sean Randolph said, good morning. I don't have any questions this morning. I'm just showing love and supporting the show. Sean Randolph, thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate it greatly. But let us move this is in our second hour. Let us move off of whack-ass Tyson Fury and his garbage ass and get to, should we go Errol Spence? And man, this dude, did you see that picture of Errol Spence in that car accident? Wow, man. Hey, check you out later, main event, Mark. Who? Oh, hey, that's Sports Icon. Oh, I'm so happy it's you, Sporting Icons. The fuck off my channel, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you, dude. Take your troll ass over to yours. Ho, you told me that you were going to ruin Deontay Wilder. You told me that in the text. Kick fucking rocks, bozo. Fuck out of here, troll. You got 100,000 fucking channel troll and you still a fucking troll. I don't usually call people trolls and do that shit with other channels. But you a straight up bitch. And I'm telling you straight to your face. And if that's a fake you, I'm still telling you that to your face. Phony. You told me in your chat that you were going to ruin Deontay Wilder because I told you what you said was not true. You said something that was patently not true on your thing, and then you told me, and I still got it, that you were going to ruin Deontay Wilder. You don't care about the truth, is my opinion. Get out of here, man. Bad. Fuck out of here, man. Nobody give a fuck about what none of y'all think, man. I'm telling you, I don't care what you think. You are trying to support a guy that is a blatant cheater and act like everybody's crazy for what they see with their own eyes. You all sat up in here acting like nobody knows Deontay Wilder. Meanwhile, 1 million people watching Deontay Wilder in every fight, and somehow don't nobody know him because some people in the UK that ain't never been over here said so. You liars. You told all them damn lies, and the dude still got $40 million paydays. Fuck out of here, man. My false narratives. What the fuck is false about that? Anticipatory breach of contract. What's false about that? Google it. If that's fake, hey, somebody Google anticipatory breach of contract and tell me if I'm faking. Tell me if that's a false narrative. Fact check me right now. Anybody in the chat, he can't because he's the fuck up out of here. But feel free to fact check me. Has Tyson Fury ever tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs? Fact check me. Has Tyson Fury ever been found walking into a ring and get caught in the ring with his thumb detached from his glove? Tell me if I'm making up that narrative. Fuck out of here. But thanks for showing up so I can tell everybody in here what a fuck you are. You're a liar, man. You're a liar. And I can't tell because I don't too much pay attention to you. But my experience with you was you are a liar. A flat out liar to my face. Figuratively speaking. I don't care, man. Dude, I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. Tyson Fury is an excellent fighter. But he's a man of low moral character. He's a man of low moral character. And I want to know why people would have ever thought that Marcellus Wallace tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Amazing. Of course. Of course. They wouldn't know what to talk about if they didn't talk to me. They wouldn't know what to talk about. They wouldn't even know what to say. They don't even know they don't know anything about American boxing. Man, look, man. They wouldn't know what to talk about if they didn't watch me. And I mean that. If I didn't do videos for a week, some of these motherfuckers would be completely confused. I don't know what to do. Well, maybe I'll go steal one of Blue Bloods videos today. Shit like that. Said angry black man for 9. Gotta let him cook. Hey, man, what do you mean let me cook about what? I already said, I saw your super chat, KQKC. I read your super chat. You might have missed it. But I said, what's up, KQKC? Punchlines and pugilists say, yeah, you 304. What's 304? He said he low on content right now. Yeah, pretty much. So he need to come here and have somebody help him think. Seriously, man, on the real, for real, y'all suck too. And you suck to boot. Like, it's one thing to be an ass, but to suck too, that means like you suck ass. Terrible, dog. Why don't you get 600 people in your live stream on Sunday morning at 8 o'clock? Talk some boxing. Because they don't want to be lied to that early in the morning. Who the fuck want to wake up hearing somebody tell stories? Make shit up. You know what I'm saying? Who want to hear that, dog? Anticipatory breach of contract is a viable offense. Thank you very much. I just want to let you know. Yes, it is. I'm not making that up. What happened to OG Boxing Talk and the dudes that were on the show? Well, OG Boxing Talk is changed to Fannon Live on Sunday morning until boxing comes all the way back and we can get a consistent group of people that can come every Sunday. But many of the people on the chat, like KQKC covers fights, so a lot of fights, he's very, very tired in the morning. And so when we get into the pay-per-views, it's going to be difficult for KQKC to participate in any of the pay-per-view OG Boxing Talks. So I don't want to have OG Boxing Talk really without KQKC. Blood Boxing is just doing what Blood Boxing is doing, but he's not doing OG Boxing Talk. So I don't want to do OG Boxing Talk without Blood, because that's what it was. It was Blood, me, Blood, and KQKC talking boxing. But it's just not anything that can happen every Sunday morning because of, you know, shit just changes. You know what I mean? Shit changes. KQKC does a great job of covering his live streams, but when he wakes up in the morning at 8, it's hard to do that. You know, especially when you're old like KQKC. KQKC like 70. So, you know, 75-year-old KQKC needs to sleep in the morning, dog. That's just a lot of hard work, dog. Yeah, man, we'll work on it, dog, but I'll figure something else. Yeah, I know. Anyway, man, let's get on other stuff, man. Yeah. Focus Ball said I can be here every Sunday. Yeah, man, we'll work it, man. We guys got to figure us. I'll figure something out. But I'm gonna figure it out after the pay-per-views and all that stuff. You know, when all that stuff comes out, we'll have it set. We'll have it set solid. But also, man, everybody does so many of those things, man. Everybody does so many. He said, damn, Fannon telling my age. Yeah, man, you know, when you 80, no, that shit is, you know, hey, it's hard to get up in the morning, man, and be fresh at 8. You know what I mean? Damn, Fannon shooting old slugs. I said, damn, Fannon shooting old slugs that swinging OG. Yeah, man, it's just stop, man. Look, stop docking me, man. Okay, let me get to you. Can I tell y'all something? Can I be a noob for a second? Does anybody know what a noob is? Anybody? Because I like to talk to black people in America. Does anybody know what a noob is? Somebody got to know what a noob is before I can. So that way I can explain exactly what I'm about to tell you, bums. Anyway, I can't. Maybe this chat's just really far behind. There you go. That's me right there. Kappa Alpha Psi. That's my fraternity. Kappa Alpha Psi. So I am a noob, which means it's a college fraternity that I pledged. And I really pledged. And hell no, I'm not paper. Hell no, I'm not paper. I was made. And I made people. Okay? I make and I was made. So that just, you know, lets you know who I am. But also we can be fairly arrogant at times and definitely boisterous. So when I tell you this, that's this part of me coming out of here. You suck. Stop writing me because my channel is doing well. Stop hating on me because these cats want to talk to me and they don't want to talk to you. It ain't my fault. Okay? You coming over here, you trying to start shit, you trying to hatch plots, shit, be all cool, buddy, you know, all cool, buddy. And then, you know, once you enough people know who you are, then you go over there and start hating on me. All of that shit is over. I'm saying all that shit is over. Dog, if I don't know you, fuck you. And that's what I mean. If I don't know you, fuck you. Okay? Until proven otherwise. Stop biting my shit. Okay? I'm sick of y'all, man. All of you trolls, and I'm talking to the trolls. I ain't talking to LDBC channels or decent channels. I'm just talking to y'all. But not. Oh, Lord have mercy. See, she trying to distract me. I don't need that WAP. Keep the WAP away, dog. Keep the WAP away, man. I'm no FAP and no WAP, right? no FAP, no WAP, dog. None of them apps. Keep that shit away. Keep it. No. Anyway, man, you said, what is it? I miss something. You talk, hell no, I ain't talking to you. Man, you know what the fuck it is with you. Terry, you just talking shit. I love it. Because I got your sense of humor. Your humor is my weakness. Oh, that's cool. It's you're my kryptonite. Because I'm dead serious. Like, I'm serious as a heart attack. Like, as a person, as a key personality trait, either I'm being really silly, or I am viciously fucking serious. You know what I mean? Like, that's my personality trait. It's on or off like that. I'm either happy-go-lucky or I am just intensely in, dog. So the fact that I have a weakness of happy-go-lucky, you fuck with me. Because you fucking with me when I'm serious and I want to be fucking happy-go-lucky, and it's just fucked up. But no, I appreciate you, Terry Smoot. In a lot of ways, you're my equal. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate a completely different type of thinking pattern, and you show that on a consistent basis. It's very, very entertaining to me. But the rest of you bums, seriously, come on, man. Go away. Work on your craft, man. Work on your craft. Stop trying to take the cheap way. Stop trying to cut. Stop trying to take shortcuts. Dude, stop trying to take shortcuts. Make very good videos. Make good, entertaining live streams. And if shit works, it works. Develop honest relationships with people. Not sneaky shit that's going to turn around and you're going to start dissing them 5 minutes fucking later like there's some problem with them after they've done everything that they said that they would do for you. Now you want to turn around and act fucking funny? No, just go on about your business. Grow your shit, be happy. But stay away from me. Please. Stay away from me. Because you motherfuckers are making this experience less fun than it should be. And that includes troll-ass channels getting on black fighters. Because you guys have pushed me to the point where I just got to say I'm supporting black fighters. Because I understand now how you guys work. You all are racists. And that's just what it is. I would be unwise to assume that you're not. Because of your behavior, that's the only thing that explains your behavior. And I am somebody that does not assume, I don't assume people are. I never do. I always suspect it. I suspect it when it's appropriate, but I don't assume it ever. Because that's just not how, because I never have any proof. So I never assume it. But now I've watched boxing closely, very closely. I've watched Bob Arum very closely. I think you'll agree. If you look at my videos over the last 3 years, I've looked very closely at the media. I've looked very closely at promoters. I've looked very closely at networks. I've looked very closely at fighters. And I'm going to tell you, I do not believe that the fighters are the ones that are the racists. That the racism with the fighters is the problem. But in that media, that's racism. When you judge two people based on completely different standards consistently, and the only consistent thing is the color of their skin, no, dude, you are a racist. And I believe that you're demonstrating the hypothesis of that my channel is based on, which is why it's called Fannon. Blackface, white mask. You have a black face, but you have to put a white mask on to move forward in life. That's the book from Frantz Fanon. Black faces, white masks. And instead of doing a philosophical channel, I did a boxing channel. And I was like, because I know I can talk about all these concepts in the sport of boxing at the same time. I can educate people because I want to have a channel that educates people. I can educate people about business. I can educate people about legal principles. I can educate people about philosophical principles. I can do all of this in the context of fighting, contractual relationships, all of it. And my philosophy was, which is based on Neely Fuller Jr.'s, that the system of white supremacy and racism is what we live in. That it would apply to boxing as well, and boxing has never let me down. They behave as if they are a portion of the white RWS system on a consistent basis, from promoter to media to fighter. There is no difference. The mistreatment is consistent. The double standards are consistent. How do you explain Monster Inoue and Gervonta Davis? How do you explain that Black Americans of every demographic that you can lay out has the most world champions, but only 2 on a pound for pound list, when every Ukrainian that has a world title is on that list? 100% of the Ukrainians, matter of fact, 100% of the top established Eastern Europeans are on that list. Every one of them. Every one of them have been on that list. Sergey Kovalev has been on that list. And he was on that list before he fought Andre Ward. Jermall Charlo has not seen it. Monster Inoue has been on that pound for pound list for 2, if not 3 years. And Gervonta Davis has never even seen it. You had a guy on Twitter, if you were on my Twitter, this guy, Abramsky, whatever the fuck your name is, because I know you watch, that shit you said about Josh Warrington being ahead of Gary Russell Jr. at 126 pounds is so ludicrous that it is difficult to find a reason other than that. Because Josh Warrington best wins are not as good as Gary Russell Jr.'s only loss. Listen to what I said again. Gary Russell Jr.'s loss against Vasily Lomachenko is a better fight than any of Josh Warrington's wins. Josh Warrington beat Carl Frampton, who, by the way, was old, also moved up from 118. Then he beat Lee Selby. Who the fuck cares? Then he beat Lee Selby. Lee Selby is barely an international level fighter. Better described as a domestic level fighter in the UK, in my personal opinion. He's a notch below Ricky Burns. But yet, and Josh Warrington beat Kid Galahad. Dude, Josh Warrington can't beat King Tug. They would not put Josh Warrington in that ring with King Tug. No way. King Tug will beat Josh Warrington. And Gary Russell Jr. will beat Josh Warrington 120 to 108. There's not a chance, snowball's chance in hell of that dude winning that. But yet they put this dude, well, I think after the Navrati fight, right? Because watch this. It became top featherweight is Josh Warrington. The duck artist, Josh Warrington. Then Gary Russell. Then an Asian dude, Zhu Can, who I believe, Zhu Can, I do believe that is who Josh Warrington's going to fight next. How coincidental that you might put Navrati ahead of Zucan. Are you serious? The number one featherweight in the world is Gary Russell Jr. and they're ducking him. And you cannot possibly tell me that you know boxing and believe that Josh Warrington is going to win a fight with Gary Russell Jr. And if you do acknowledge that Gary Russell Jr. would beat Josh Warrington, then you cannot put Josh Warrington as the top featherweight. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yes, we here are going to juxtapose reality against your marketing crap. Because note, I never said that I thought for sure Deontay Wilder was going to beat Tyson Fury in the next fight. Because I'm not going to sit here and say I don't think Tyson Fury is a very, very good fighter, because he is. But I can say on one hand that Tyson Fury is a very, very good fighter, but at the same time acknowledge that he cheated. I don't have a problem. That doesn't, you can be a good fighter and cheat at the same time. But if your mindset is what I think your mindset is, it doesn't matter what Tyson Fury does, because Tyson Fury ain't black. And that's the only rational explanation. After 3 years of watching you all, that's the only rational explanation I have for it. And you guys want to defend it by race baiting. I don't give a shit. You lie so much that you calling me a race baiter is just another fucking lie. I don't give a fuck. I'm not baiting you with race. I am telling you what you're doing. I'm not trying to bring you into a conversation because I speak about something that everybody sees the first second that they look at you. You want to hide from the fact that you guys got serious fucking psychological issues that you need to fix so that you can treat people fairly. Because there's no reason in the world for somebody to say Gary Russell Jr. is behind Josh Warrington. If you know anything about the sport of boxing, you have never, the only person that has beaten Gary Russell Jr. is Vasily Lomachenko. And Vasily Lomachenko had a harder time with Gary Russell Jr. than he did with anybody until he got to 135 pounds. He's the hardest fight of Vasily Lomachenko's career until he moved up 2 weight classes. He went the distance and dropped Vasily Lomachenko off of a layoff. But yet, Josh Warrington is higher than him for beating Carl Frampton, a guy that would not fight Gary Russell Jr. if you paid him. Which is why Carl Frampton is up there at 130 pounds, getting a fight he don't deserve against Jermall Herring, so that if he beats Jermall Herring, then he gets fed to Shakur Stevenson. That's the Carl Frampton. The already got beat by Leo Santa Cruz Carl Frampton that you want to give Josh Warrington credit for over the dudes that get ducked, right? It's always their fault, right? It's like Jermall Charlo. He's not fighting Canelo because somehow they found a way to call him a duck. You guys are so manipulative, but thank God you're dumb. So at least people can see it easily, and hopefully boxers can adjust to it. Martin McClellan said, get him for 9. Hey, man, they're going to hate me. They already hate me, so what's the difference? Frank Cook in the building. Hey, man, much love in that super chat, man. And much love in that super chat to everybody that supported. Godfather, grandfather, Frantz Fanon? No. Man, Frantz Fanon is, you got to study Frantz Fanon. You really should, especially like, as a matter of fact, don't even study the book. Just read like somebody explain his books to you. There's plenty of sources, and it's very, very enlightening. It's very, very enlightening. And concepts that I think people really should understand. Kind of like that whole thing with no free will that I put up on Twitter yesterday. Dougie Fisher. He's no longer obligated to fight Wilder. Yeah, he is. You don't get to just declare that. The court will tell you. The court will tell you whether he's obligated or not. He don't think he's obligated is what you mean to say. Let's be that clear. You believe that you're not obligated. Deontay Wilder believes that you are. Guess what happens? You go to court, and a mediator or an arbitrator, or excuse me, you either go to mediation or you go to court, and then the judge will tell you what it is. That's why you got that system. You don't just get to declare what it is. And, oh, Tyson Fury says it's over, it's done. No. How could it be? December 19th is 2 months away, dumbass. It's 2 months away. Nobody thought Deontay Wilder was going to be fighting Tyson Fury on October 11th. Dummy. No. And if Tyson Fury was being serious, no, I'm not even going to go there. No. Y'all try to bully people. They try to bully you people with that stuff, man. Okay? They try to bully you with lawyers. Just walking into the room to intimidate you. When the paper shows up on your desk, that's to intimidate you. When people say, oh, my attorney told me this, they're doing that to intimidate you because everybody's scared of attorneys because you don't think that you understand that you can defend yourself. But here's the thing. An attorney is nothing more than a hired gun. If you have enough money to hire a hired gun, go get you a hired gun and you don't have to worry about it. But if you don't have the money, then yeah, you could be put in a position where you might bend. If you're somebody that's just real prideful and gonna be like, fuck it, I don't even want to go through this shit, then they might get you because you're impatient. But declaring it in the media on a rag like the Sun, come on, man. I thought you were smarter than that, and I think you're a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I thought you guys were complete and fucking idiots. Complete and utter morons. And I still thought you were smarter than that. That's it. It's a hired agent. You just get somebody to represent you and make them. And when you talk, like, dog, y'all don't even know me. Don't let my kid fuck around and be somebody like that. Dude might have him sitting with his attorney. Tell man, please. I'd be like, yeah, I'll sit down and talk with you, Al. Hey, this is my boy. This is my boy Hiram. This is my boy Hiram. I use the name Hiram because it was kind of like I was thinking maybe like I visualized somebody like some Ethiopian law student or something. Very tall, distinguished, smile, kind of black, like real black skin, looking at you like, oh, very nice to meet you. Oh, I'm just here because he asked me for consultation. So don't bother. Have his ass sitting right there listening. Nah, dog, you ain't selling me no bill of goods, homie. No bill of goods, dog. No bill of goods. Because these guys are all thieves, man. There's no honor amongst these thieves. In YouTube, there's no honor amongst you thieves. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no honor amongst you thieves at all. You know what I mean? But you got to be careful when you're messing around. When there's somewhere where there's no honor, that you still keep your honor. You still keep your honor. You still live by your code. If Deontay Wilder believes that, hey, he said he was going to fight by December 19th and he's able to do it, and he says, you know what, man, I'm going to honor that. I'm going to say that's fine. I'll do that. Personally, I think I could fucking break your fucking back in court. But I don't want to do that. I'll use 19th. That's fine. Whatever. Let's go. I said it. I'll live up to it. Now, he might want to do that because internally, that's how he feels about it. Because I've dealt like that with people. When I've dealt with people, I'm like, look, dude, this is what you can do. And I've had people say, no, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want to do that. But you'd be surprised. I'll give you an example. There was a guy with something where I'm just because I definitely got non-disclosures related to this. But I was working one time, and we were going to terminate a guy, and they sent me his agreement, and they were like, well, they didn't send me the agreement. They said, hey, man, we want to terminate this guy. What do we need to do? Right? And as usual, people didn't call me before they notified the guy that that he was going to have to be let go. And then they negotiated a severance of not a severance. Let's say, severance of 6 months severance, right? 6 months severance. They negotiated with it, and then they called because they read the agreement. Then they called and asked me, and I was like, 6 months severance. You can't give him 6 months severance for this because this is without cause. Without cause, he gets a year. With cause, it's 6 months. Without cause, it's a year because he's a big executive. He's a big executive. He's got this shit built in. He wouldn't have hired you because he knows how shit can turn. We already agreed to this. You can't get rid of him for that. So the guys, they called me in the office and said, well, we already told him and he accepted it. I said, okay, I advise you not to do that because you could technically, if he didn't understand what he read, you could technically do that. But what happens if he then one day his wife picks up his agreement, his wife looks at it, he's like, what the fuck did they pay you? No, this is short. Right? This is short. This is short 6 months. What do you mean? It's short 6 months. This is without cause. They just said it was for budget, right? No, they were getting rid of you for the budget issues, right? Yeah, they're getting rid of me for budget issues. That's not you. With cause is that you did something. That you either violated some rule, you did something that where you gave them cause to fire you, right? So I went through that, and I was like, no, you can't do it. You got to call the dude back and tell him you owe him an extra X amount of money. And I'm sorry you made a mistake because it ain't worth it. But if you're not ethical, that's 6 months of salary you could have got from that guy, and a lot, and put it in. That's $6 straight to your bottom line. 6 straight months at a high salary, right? Off that one difference. Now, if they would have called me ahead of time, I would have been like, dude, you can make a decision about what you want to do. If he's not performing, you need to be clear that it's not performance. But if it's his performance. But if it's not performance, it's not his performance. But the reason you want to do that is because the reason that I did that is because ain't nobody in this fucking room gonna ever hear me say get over on a motherfucker for 6 months. See what I mean? So I'm in the room. It's not my decision. These people all look like they're about because money's tight for these guys that they might get fucking 6 extra. They don't have to spend that money. I was like, nah, dog. If you're going to do that, you're going to do that after I've already told you that's horse shit because you motherfuckers try that shit on me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting away with it. That's what I'm saying. When you're dog eat dog in a dog eat dog world and all that, dog, be careful. You still have to have your ethics. You still have to be seen as somebody that's reputable, and reliable, right? Somebody that's trustworthy, that's somebody that you can take them at their word, not completely at their word, but you don't want to look at somebody. They want people looking at you like, damn, this motherfucker said today, but he said something. There's like a 50-50 chance the shit will happen. You know what I mean? If somebody says something that you're going to do something, dog, that should be no less than 95% sure you're going to do it. And that 5% should be some shit that you told them, oh yeah, I'll do that, but there's a chance that my wife might tell me that we need to go somewhere that date. Oh, then you'll be like, oh, okay, he's committed, but I know that there's an exception that may be there. If you're not the type of person that is willing to give that to people, then I personally don't want to be around you. And that's why I'm saying Tyson Fury's a scumbag. Bob Arum is, in my opinion, scumbag. The way he did Regis Prograis in the WBC, when Regis Prograis and these guys were supposed to be in a tournament, and Jose Ramirez was supposed to fight Regis Prograis, and Regis Prograis fought those other fights in reliance upon these guys' word that he was going to get a WBC title shot, and then Bob Arum just backs out of it as soon as he gets the fight. That's the problem with the WBC. They have no integrity. Trying to giving people passes on performance-enhancing drugs, lifting up the thing, getting rid of mandatories. Dude, you guys look like scumbags, man. Like, just for real. Like, I've never experienced any other area that I've worked where there was this much bad faith activity going on. I mean, it to me. I've never seen it. I've never seen it because when people really now in the workplace where people are but or like bickering and back and forth, that type of shit I've seen. But I've never seen people that are trying to make money. You know what I mean? I've never seen a situation where you have an entire, like, it seems like an entire marketing department who has a whole fucking focus on demonizing fighters from other camps, driving down the value, the perception value, or the perceived values of fighters, of other fighters, like Eddie Hearn does. He comes to the United States and the first thing he attempts to do is drive down the public perception of fighters that are not his fighters, right? Oh, he didn't fight anybody. The fight's not exciting. The pay-per-view's overcharged. Just dip in and fucking over people's business from the outside for no reason. Well, I mean, for a reason, their own personal, gain. But it's just so underhanded, dude. These dudes are just, that's what I'm saying, dude. If you once you get to the point in boxing where you're like, Fannon, watch, the business world is full of snakes, opportunity, and hypocrites. But their motivations are clear. In the business world, it is full of snakes, opportunists, and hypocrites. But it's more clear, the competition is as openly disingenuous. I don't see it as often in, like, for example, Michael, I've seen the closest thing to what these guys are doing is when somebody comes in and they sign an agreement and they want to like sell a product of yours. Oh, there's a lot of fucking backbiting. There's a lot of backbiting in politics, but in the actual agreements themselves, no. I don't see a lot of, yeah, I do. There's a lot of fucking scumbags. No, I'm like, no, though, maybe I'm just more used to dealing with them, but yeah, you're right. There's a lot of scumbags. Peeps, for now, read your brother's super chats. I did, I thought. Mr. Teen King Texas said, fact is, the truth ain't in them. That's why they celebrate Columbus Day. That's a big one. That's a big one. Yeah, you got me on that. Yeah. But I haven't seen it as much, dog, because I've seen some real snaky shit, dog. I've seen some snaky shit, but these guys, snaky shit. Well, lawyers are always dealing with snaky shit. What would be the difference? Yeah, there's a lot of fucking scumbags. I think you're right. You're right. I might be giving boxing more. They may be just normal scumbags. But I don't think so, dog. Tyson Fury is cheating with gloves that can kill you. You know what I mean? But then again, those businesses are putting shit in your fucking food that'll kill you. So, yeah. 2 points to, yeah. Yeah. Money and, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I didn't miss the super chat, man. Starting off the day with a little something, man. Look, man. Y'all, I don't know why y'all worry about the super chats, dog. I'm going to get to the super chats. I promise you. And I promise you that I love super chats. They're a great part of the show, and I am not intentionally trying to skip over them. However, let's pause on chastising me for it, because as soon as I act like I read every fucking super chat, as soon as it pops up, then I'm going to be saying I'm begging for super chats. So, just let me be me, man. Let me be me, and I do appreciate them greatly. Trust me. But let me go over here to the super chats. And sometimes you guys are delayed, and you might not know that I've already read it. Where is this shit at? There it goes. All right, give me 1 second. Man, thank you guys so much for the super chat. I definitely don't mean to skip over it. My man, Mr. Ting. Oh, there you go. That's you. Stormy B, man, said, man, will you read the fucking super chats? Yes, sir. Sean, there you go. Stormy B, man, said, good morning, Fannon. I spoke on Friday's chop sessions about our community being so diverse. It's gratifying. We cover all bases. That's what's up, man. Yeah, it is that for sure. Terry Schmoo said, I got love for Fannon and what he brings to the community. Bring that heat, wake up, that old media. All love, King. It is. I know, man. It is here too, Terry Schmoo. And my man, Martin McClennan, I did get that dude. I remember when you subscribed Martin McClennan in a live stream that I did. I think it was like the Fury Wilder live stream that you subscribed after, Martin. And I really appreciate every time you come to the show. And Frank Hoy dropped off a spot. Thank you again, Frank Hoy, man. You definitely holding me down. And my man, Mr. Teen King Texas said, the fact is that the truth ain't in them. They still celebrate Columbus Day. Oh, man. Hey, man, you know, it is what it is with all of that stuff, though. It ain't going to change, but we can change what we see, and we can change what we say, you know? Boxing Archive said, Fannon, do you help members on your platform with consultation? Does your platform have consultation content? I mean, if you send me something, if you're a member to that, this is the way I've done it, Boxing Archives, is that I don't charge for that stuff. Like, I don't charge, okay? Because it's just that's not in me. I don't want to do that. You guys really, really do, like, you do enough for me in watching the videos, not especially, an underappreciated group of people are the people that watch my videos every day. Thank you so much. Because this live stream is a secondary thing to the channel. The channel was based on the videos, right? That's when I'm really have a chance to address every issue that I want to address. And it really is it's the most important part of the channel. So you guys that support over there, thank you guys so much. And thank you so much for the super chats and the members and the Patreon. When people want consultation advice, all you got to do now is just go to Instagram, or go to, if you're on Patreon, you can leave the question on Patreon. If you follow me on Instagram, I found that Instagram, you know, in the 2 days I've been on Instagram, that it's easier for me to respond in that way. You know what I mean? But if you want like help with your boxing channels, that at this point, I would charge for, because I'm never helping anybody for free again. Like, not like I've done before. Like, if I'm going to like help you, if I'm going to help you, dog, I got to make sure that when I feel like, okay, you're good on your own, I don't want any fucking flashback. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want no press back. And I'll give because I'll give you, and that ain't about KQKC. It ain't about anybody that you know particularly. But if you want me to help you grow your channel, and I can, without a doubt. I have no doubt in my mind I can help somebody get a 5,000 subscriber channel. I've already done it. I've already done it. 10,000, 15,000 subscriber channel. I could help you get there without a doubt. But I'm paying, but you're paying. You're paying because I'm sick of it. And I mean that with all the love for everybody. I'm sick of the jealousy when I help somebody. What's going on, B-Man? I'm sick of the jealousy when I help somebody, because then everybody's like, you're only, for now, blah, all that shit. And then if I want to just help somebody else, then people that I've helped before have attitudes with the people that I help next. So I've realized, dog, I can't do it for free. You got to put your money up. And if you want a business that can pay you a good amount of money on YouTube talking boxing, pay up. You know what I mean? Otherwise, dog, no. I'm tired of it, man. Like, people have really there are certain things that have really let me down, where I've treated people well and I've helped people with their platforms, and I get attacked after. Almost without exception, with very few exceptions, I've been attacked by everybody that I've ever helped. So now I realize with Farrakhan, now I wasn't a big Farrakhan before, but I do remember what Louis Farrakhan used to say about that. What he said about that was like, when you help people, they resent you. And I have seen more often that people that I've helped have come to resent me more than feel appreciative. A couple people have felt appreciative. Most people have felt resentful. And I don't want to enter into a relationships with anybody where you don't feel like I paid Fannon for this, and Fannon will now go away and help somebody else do the same thing. So you don't feel like I didn't help you because I liked you. I helped you because you paid me. And if you think you can get through this fucking tight ass shit with no help, dog, you'll be sitting at 1,000 fucking subscribers forever. Believe it. There's nobody that's got to my size of the channel that was not helped. Nobody. Not in our niche. Nobody. Nobody. They can say that they did it all themselves, but that is not true because they are participating in a community. Say, don't let those haters, those relationships, they're not. They're not. But see, because the cats on the Patreon, they get it for free. I've already did Deion Washington. Dude, Deion Washington, I'm going to say it because Deion Washington, and I did this. He was a part of my Patreon. He said he wanted to change jobs. He was in education. He wanted to start his own business because he was frustrated with education. This is fair for me to share because he said I could, right? So I consulted him about where he was. We sat down and we developed a transition plan, including the startup of his business, and it transitioned into it. He started his business, and we had 2 conversations about it. 2 conversations. And he came back a year later and said, hey, just want to let you know, Fannon, I left my job. I've got my businesses up and running. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Thank you very much. And I said, no problem. There was no doubt that you were going to be able to do that. I've done it. Any discounts, dude? Look, man, if you hit me up and y'all want to talk about it and you really want it, if you're serious about it, then I'll help you. And there's different things we can do to arrange it. You know what I mean? It's like you don't necessarily have to pay money straight up front, but consultation is just like any other consultation. I can tell you, dude, that I've done 25 million views on YouTube. I've got 3,000 videos up. I'm not going to tell you how much money I've made, but it's not inconsiderable. Okay? It's not inconsiderable, and it doesn't come from super chats. So I know how to do it. I've helped people get monetized out of just for whatever. I'm like, all right, you need to get monetized? Well, I'll get you monetized. Got them monetized. That's not difficult, dude. It's not difficult at all. However, I don't need any more stress in my life, man. And like I said, I've with the exception of maybe 2 people. No, excuse me. With the exception of definitely 2 people, maybe 3. No, 3. Everybody that I've helped has resented me. I don't want to help people resent me because I must figure that I'm doing it wrong. I'm not good at helping people for free. I'm not good at it. Helping people for money, I'm very good at that. Cedric Q said, we'll be in touch. Yeah, hit me up, man. That shit is... I've done it, so I know how to do it. Anyway, that's that. Hit me up on Instagram. Anybody that wants that type of conversation, hit me on the gram. I'm on the gram, dog. I'm on the gram. Can you believe it? I like Instagram way better than Twitter. Way better than Twitter, man. There's cool people on Twitter. There's cool people on Instagram. There's a bunch of whack shit on Twitter. I was like, yeah, I like this. Man, Cat's daughter, man. God, dog, I gotta remember, man. Dude, one dude's daughter is fucking nasty on them gloves. Fannon, people flock to your channel because of the consistency and the quality of your content. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that, man. That is definitely important, man. Have you heard anything about how Spence is looking in sparring? No. And there's no way that I will because they're not going to let any of that information out. They're not going to let that information out good. They're not going to let that information out bad. I just don't have any reason to believe. My Instagram is this. It's Fannon Boxing. Yeah, hit me up on Fannon Boxing. They said, I'm not even a boxing channel and Fannon got me 200 subs. Hey, man, you know, dog, because you can represent, dude, I can get people to give your boxing channel a chance. I do. I can. You know what I mean? I can get by people to give your shit a chance, but if your shit sucks, your shit sucks. And there ain't nothing for them, and my shit sucks for some people. Man, there's people that look at my shit like, nah, I don't even like that shit. I don't like him at all. You know, you got to find who, but I'm not, like I said, not anymore, dog. Not anymore. I'm tired of y'all, man. I swear. He said, for now, we draw a lot from you when it comes to information. You don't need negative energies also draining to you. Yeah. Lord, seriously draining, man. Serious. Drama is draining. Drama is very draining, man. And I ain't into that, man. But I'm not into fake either. Like, so for you, dude, that I threw out, dog, look, first of all, I don't believe your subscriber count. And that shit is completely troll. Okay. So whatever, homie. You know what I'm saying? Yes and no. Hey, here's the saying, Michael Linton. Content is king. But you damn sure better believe there are coup d'etats around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because, dog, I would advise you, Michael Linton, to make sure you're doing something that nobody else can do. Whatever it is. You got to be able to do whatever. You got to be able to do something and be something that nobody else can be. Nobody can be me. Very few people are willing to be this honest in front of as many people. Be completely honest, you know, to the extent that you can be completely honest, right? There's shit in my life I'm not going to tell you everything about because it affects other people, right? But to the extent that I can be completely forthcoming with you about boxing and my opinions, a lot of people get intimidated by, you know, thousands and thousands of people jumping at them, you know? But I literally don't give a fuck. I'm traumatized in life generally, so it doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't get traumatized by people having issues with me. I'm used to that, you know? But you got to figure out, like, you really do. And it's important for people to do this. Let me say this. It's important that you guys learn how to have a podcast. It is essential that you learn how to, if not have a podcast, to earn money online. You have got to do it. It is just, I can, in a minute, the way that this is going, dog, these YouTube channels are, hey, man, I'm telling you, man, you have to get some way where you can sit in your house and make money. And I remember 2 years, like it was 4 years ago that I was thinking that. I was like, man, because the economy kept going up and down and it's like, you know, it's crazy. But you're like, dude, what can you do in your house? Like, how can you make money? So it was like, people going looking for these schemes to learn how to make money in their homes. Well, you guys see like these, like people that have boxing channels on YouTube that don't respect their own channel. Like, dude, you have exactly what you need. Why would you waste that with insulting me? Why would you dedicate your time and energy to attacking me when you can dedicate your time and energy to developing your channel into something that can be revenue producing for you and value producing for someone else? This channel is, I try to produce value for you all every day, you know, with my perspective on something. And if I have to work hours in the middle of the night to find what unique I can bring, then I'm going to do that. But it doesn't, you have to be unique. You have to be true to yourself, because then therefore their people want to watch you and they know who you are. But faking being somebody else, dude, that inconsistency is going to pop up. It's going to pop up. If you're not real, it's going to pop up. And if people see you doing things in one circumstance and not doing the exact same thing when the facts are virtually similar, that exposes you. So in this game, dude, you're going to have to be able to have everybody hate you, which is why I had so much respect for certain people, because they didn't have any problem with everybody hating them. But you also can't want, you also have to a certain extent, want people to like you. And those are the people that you want near you, which is why I don't care. Like the dude, people get all geeked up. Like you can get, man, I can't even tell you how many times people get suckered into shit because somebody's famous or because they think that this is you're going to get some get rich quick scheme. Dog, that none of that. Now, I'm not talking to you, Michael Linton. I know it might sound that way, but I'm just telling you. And real spit, yeah, dog, it's hard fucking work. It's hard work. Hard work. You really got, and then you got to continue try to get better. And you're going to have to sacrifice some time on your other job. Because to make that transition, dude, you don't be one of these motherfuckers. I've already made the mistake of dropping everything and saying, oh, I believe that this can work and taking a chance. Fuck chances. It's like poker. No, you got to play your hand. You got to play your hand, but know your end game, you know? Exactly. He said it's simply continue to keep it a buck, bro. Real recognizes real. And then that's it. That's it. And that's what I want to be. And that's why like I'm telling you, like, you can't, and I'm going to dedicate the last little bit of this to this. That's why I'm telling you, anybody tells you they made it by themselves is lying. Lying. I had no in to the black boxing community before I met 78 Sports TV. Because once I met 78 Sports TV, then I had the ability to talk to people that knew he was real, to give me a chance to listen. Before I was given that, I had 12,000 subscribers, right? However, I didn't have a community. I just had 12 people that saw my videos and touched it. Was like, oh, I like it. Maybe I'll watch another video of his. Not somebody that is going to come back, somebody that's going to be on your Instagram, somebody that's going to be on your Twitter with you, somebody that, you know, you can go to their videos and you can look at their daughter boxing and that type of stuff. You know, so the community aspect of it is vital. It's vital. You know, so, but we can do that on Instagram for sure. You know what I mean? He said, I used to get his video suggestions, watch one and knew enough. He was a troll channel. Oh, yeah, he is. He's just, dog, seriously, that dude, don't pay attention to him. Don't pay attention to him. Because it's not worth paying attention to him. It's like Tony Bellew and guys like that. They're just not worth paying attention to. Tony Bellew is just a newspaper hoe and will say any shit that he'll say anything that Matchroom wants him to say. He's completely in pocket for Matchroom. And these guys are paid for this stuff. Like, you're on social media because you want to be on social media. These guys are on social media because they're paid to be on social media. That's entirely two different things. You know what I mean? He said, I'm on YouTube all day on your videos. Appreciate your hard work. Thank you, Queen Ebony. Thank you. Because that's valuable right here for me. Super chat's valuable. All that shit's valuable. Valuable, man. You guys are valuable. And that's why I just keep on pushing, man. But look, man, I'm going to get out of here today. Man, thank you guys for continuing to chop it up with me. This was a lot of fun. You know, I know we want to do the panels and things, but like I said, there's just so many other panels. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's an LDBC panel every day of the week, you know? And if I'm going to have a channel that is a panel, it really does have to be something that is different and something is unique, and you're not going to get any where you can get the value. If all I do is the same show with me that Blue Blood did in the week 4 times with Curtis Anderson and other guys in the community, that doesn't add anything to this. It doesn't add anything to this morning. You know what I mean? If that makes sense to you. But hey, man, thank you guys for everything that you do for me in my life. Thank you truly. Everybody that watches these videos, thank you for everything you've done in my life. Thank you for everything you've done for me. You guys don't know how much you've done for me, but it has been a lot. And I hope it's been worth it to you. I'll check you out next week. Did you speak on Spence? Nah, I don't want to speak on that. That's just a horrific accident that I want to stay away from. I'm not putting that picture up on my channel. I'm just not doing it, man. That was one of the more scary moments. That was a terrible moment. That was a terrible accident. I'm happy he survived, and I don't need to look at nor talk about his injuries. I'm looking forward to seeing Errol Spence Jr. healthy. I'm looking forward to seeing Errol Spence Jr. Fighting on I need to see him fighting on Danny Garcia. That's what I need to see with Errol Spence Jr., dog. I don't need to see his past injuries and all of that. I got love for that family. I got love for that family, and quite honestly, I didn't even want to see the picture. When I saw it, I was like, I didn't even want to see it. You know what I mean? Because between me and you, I'll share you a true story, dog. Like, for real, that had me thinking, like, God, please. When I was with Errol Spence in his training camp for he was sparring for the Sean Porter fight. I tell you about that because that's when Derek James looked at me like I wanted out. I know he posted it. I just don't want to talk about it. But this is why. Because it was raining that day, or it started raining. Oh, no, I talked to his dad. I can't tell you one part. But his dad said something to me about a car. I won't say what he said about the car because that's him. But he said something to me about a car, right? And then when I left, when I was leaving, Errol Spence looked at me and he said, "Hey, man, thanks for coming." Or actually, he went into an office by himself, and then they called me in, and he was like, "Hey, man, I just want to let you know." His dad called me and he said, "Hey, man, say goodbye to Errol," because I was not trying to, I'm not trying to bother him or bother Derek James. But he's like, "Come in, and say goodbye to him, man. It ain't a problem, man. Come in and say goodbye to him." So I was like, "Hey, man, goodbye. Thank you for allowing me to be in your deal." And then when I walked out, he turned around. He said, "Hey, man, by the way, man, it's raining." He said, "It's raining. Be careful when you're driving." So I was like, then when he had the car accident, I thought about what his dad said to me. Then I thought about the fact that he said, "Hey, drive safely." And then I wake up and have him in that car accident. When I posted this thing on Twitter the other day where I was like, "Hey, man," it was by Sabine Hoffensinder, but it's this concept in physics. The lady is a physicist and was talking about the concept of free will and whether or not free will really exists. And she was like, as a principle in physics, it's impossible for free will to exist because we're all made of matter, and matter is determined, right? So even though you might believe that you have these different options, you're really kind of going along with the ride. That's what the physics tell you, right? That's what he said. That's what she was saying. So that's kind of my viewpoint on the world. So where you see these kind of wrinkles, you know what I mean? Like you see these wrinkles, and that's what it looked like to me. It looked like one of those wrinkles, like because if everything is determined, then there really cannot be that much coincidence. And I don't really mean I don't want to get excessively heavy, but if you do not believe in the concept of free will because we are made of physical particles, and since we are made of physical particles, and those physical particles' existence was determined, therefore our existence is determined. And if our existence is determined, then we don't have free will. And therefore, if there's not free will, then we are part of that plan. And if there's no free will, then there's no coincidence. And if there's no coincidence, car, I was like, because I get nervous. And some people call that superstitious, but for me, maybe it is superstitious. But you know what I mean? It's like, I do get the sense in my life, man, that you get warned. Like, you just kind of have this feeling like the things like something's coming, that feeling that something's coming. And yeah, man. So that's why I don't want to look at that picture. I don't want to talk about the picture. I don't want to see the picture. I just want I want the young man to be happy. I want the young man to be rich. I want to be with his kids. And that's just what's most important for me with Errol Spence, because I made that connection with his family, right? For the little bit of time that they allowed me to be around there, I got to see that these were really people. These are really people. Derek James is a real person, right? Real emotion. Errol's a real person with real emotion. They were not something on a TV screen to me anymore, which is why I don't really like doing a lot of interviews, because I bond with people like that. Because one of my weaknesses is that I over empathize. It's like it's a weakness of mine. I over empathize. right? It's too easy for me, or I'm too inclined to get into the mind of somebody else and try to put me in their position. You know what I mean? He said the warning comes to all of us. Yep, we move off energy. Yeah, absolutely. And I do believe that. So it's like, no, man, hey, I am ill will said, I'm sorry, man. I saw you and you said you will, man. Hit me up on Instagram, dog. He said, Fannon, I need your help. Yeah, no worries. No worries. But when people know that I'm helping, I am ill will, it's going to be known that I'm helping you. It's not going to be like BFTB where people think I'm helping BFTB and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? People think I'm helping BFTB. I'm not helping BFTB. All I did is ever tell you, all I did with BFTB is tell you that he was there. I have not helped him. Everything he has achieved is him. Now, if he impressed somebody with an audience, they could let the audience know that's still him. That's not me. Okay? That's his channel. That's his direction. So y'all can stop hating on him when you really mean to hate on me. Hey, thank Michael Linton. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Jason H says, this is my favorite boxing channel. Thank you for all you do for the sport. I'm trying my best. But look, let me get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Much love to everybody in the super chat. I'll see you this week coming up. I'm sure there'll be another very, very good live stream coming up. And we'll be back tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And this show Sunday, 8 a.m. I don't know if there's a fight after that, but when we have the fights, after the fights, there'll be panels for sure. I wouldn't, just so you guys know that are on OG Boxing Talk, that would come to shows before, when there's a fight, after a major pay-per-view fight, I more than likely will have a panel for those fights. But on just a regular Sunday morning, where I don't want to make 5 people get out of bed consistently, at old man hours. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Much love to everybody in super chat. Peace.